Have you ever felt like you're being pulled in 100 different directions, losing yourself to fleeting temptations and distractions? What if there was a way to take back control, to live with clarity, purpose, and focus? In today's hyper-connected world, it's all too easy to feel overwhelmed. Notifications flood our screens, demanding attention. Social media presents endless comparisons, luring us into a cycle of validation and doubt. The pressures of work, relationships, and societal expectations pull us in opposing directions, leaving us scattered, drained, and unsure of our priorities. It's as if life has become a tug-of-war between who we are and who the world wants us to be. Each day feels like a struggle to keep up, and in the process, we lose sight of ourselves, our values, our goals, and our purpose. We become reactive rather than proactive, navigating life on autopilot instead of driving toward a meaningful destination. But what if it didn't have to be this way? What if you could step off the treadmill of distractions and regain control over your life? What if you could cultivate a mindset so focused, so intentional, that the noise around you fades into the background? Imagine waking up each morning not with a sense of dread or chaos, but with clarity, a deep understanding of what you want to achieve and why it matters. Why do we feel so scattered? The constant pull of modern life often stems from two sources: external distractions and internal disconnection. External distractions. Our environment is engineered to hijack our attention. Social media platforms, streaming services, advertisements, they're all designed to keep us engaged, exploiting our natural tendency to seek instant gratification. Every scroll, click, and notification chips away at our focus, leaving us fragmented and unfocused. Internal disconnection. On a deeper level, distractions often mask a lack of clarity within ourselves. Without a clear sense of purpose or direction, we become more susceptible to the demands of the external world. We chase fleeting pleasures because we're unsure of what truly fulfills us. The cost of distraction. Living in a state of constant distraction comes with a price. It erodes our productivity, prevents us from building meaningful relationships, and distances us from our long-term goals. Over time, it creates a lingering sense of dissatisfaction, a feeling that we're busy but not truly moving forward. The good news? This cycle can be broken. The first step is recognizing that you have the power to change how you navigate life. Reclaiming control. Taking back control begins with intentionality, choosing how you spend your time, energy, and focus. It's about aligning your actions with your core values and rejecting anything that doesn't serve your greater purpose. Here's how. Define your priorities. Take a step back and ask yourself, what truly matters to me? What are the goals and values that define who I am? Write them down and keep them visible. These will become your guiding compass. Eliminate the unnecessary audit your daily life. Identify the distractions and habits that pull you away from your priorities. Whether it's excessive screen time, toxic relationships, or overcommitting to tasks that don't align with your goals, take decisive steps to remove them. Practice mindfulness. Distraction thrives in an untrained mind. Incorporate mindfulness practices such as meditation, journaling, or even simple moments of stillness into your routine. These help you center yourself and stay connected to your purpose. Embrace discipline. Motivation may come and go, but discipline is what keeps you on track. Create systems and routines that support your goals. Commit to showing up every day, even when it's hard. Focus on the present. Remember, clarity and focus exist in the present moment, not in dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. When you commit fully to what you're doing now, you build momentum and create meaningful progress. A life of clarity and purpose. Imagine what your life could look like if you embraced these principles. Instead of feeling pulled in every direction, you'd wake up with a sense of peace and purpose. You'd move through your day with confidence, knowing that every action you take aligns with your greater vision. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about choosing to live intentionally rather than passively, to focus on what truly matters, and to reject the distractions that no longer serve you. The power to reclaim your life is within you. The question is, are you ready to take the first step? Today we're diving into the ancient philosophy of Stoicism, a timeless guide to regaining your focus and staying grounded in a world full of distractions. In a society where constant notifications and endless streams of information dominate our attention, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and scattered. Our minds are bombarded with everything from social media updates to work deadlines, leaving little room for genuine clarity and inner peace. It's in this chaotic, modern landscape that the wisdom of Stoicism becomes not just relevant, but essential. Stoicism, a philosophy born in the ancient world over 2,000 years ago, offers profound insights into mastering one's mind, actions, and emotions. It was developed by great thinkers like Zeno of Citium, Epictetus, Seneca, and the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, who all faced immense challenges in their lives. They found ways to rise above the noise of their time and live with focus, purpose, and resilience. Their teachings serve as a powerful reminder that the greatest battles are often fought within, and that victory comes through discipline and clarity. Why is focus so elusive today? Before we delve into the principles of Stoicism, let's understand the root of our struggles. Focus has become a scarce resource in our hyper-connected age. With every scroll, click, and notification, our attention is diverted. The problem isn't just external, it's also internal. Many of us lack a clear sense of purpose, making us more vulnerable to distractions. We live in a time where multitasking is glorified, yet research shows that our brains aren't designed to handle it effectively. The constant switching between tasks drains our energy, reduces productivity, and leaves us feeling unfulfilled. This cycle of distraction traps us in a reactive state, preventing us from achieving our goals or even enjoying the present moment. Enter Stoicism, a blueprint for inner mastery. Stoicism teaches us to cut through this chaos by focusing on what truly matters. At its core, the philosophy emphasizes that while we cannot control external events, we have complete power over how we respond to them. This idea alone can transform the way we approach life, particularly when it comes to distractions. Here are 3 foundational Stoic principles that can help you regain focus and stay grounded. Control what you can, accept what you can't. The Stoics believed in a simple but profound dichotomy. Some things are within our control, and others are not. Your thoughts, actions, and decisions. Those are within your domain. The opinions of others, unforeseen events, or random distractions, those lie beyond your control. By understanding this distinction, you free yourself from the burden of trying to manage the unmanageable. Instead of reacting emotionally to every disruption, you can channel your energy toward what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius put it beautifully in his Meditations. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Practice presence and mindfulness. In a world where our attention is constantly being pulled in multiple directions, the Stoics remind us of the power of presence. Focus isn't just about eliminating distractions, it's about committing fully to the task or moment at hand. Seneca advised, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." By practicing mindfulness, whether through deep work or simple acts of awareness, you create space for clarity and intention. Embrace discipline over motivation. One of the reasons distractions are so powerful is that they often feel easier and more rewarding in the short term. Checking your phone, binge watching a series, or endlessly scrolling through social media provides an immediate dopamine hit. However, these fleeting pleasures often leave you feeling drained and unaccomplished. The Stoics understood that true progress comes not from fleeting motivation, but from disciplined action. Epictetus emphasized the importance of self-mastery, saying, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Building discipline requires creating systems that help you stay consistent, even when the initial excitement fades. How to apply Stoicism to regain focus. Start your day with intention. Begin each day by reflecting on your priorities and setting clear goals. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to approach each day with purpose, writing, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." Eliminate distractions, identify the biggest distractions in your life, and take proactive steps to remove or reduce them. Turn off unnecessary notifications, set boundaries for social media, and create dedicated time for focused work. Reflect regularly. The Stoics practice daily reflection to assess their actions and realign with their values. At the end of the day, take a few minutes to review your accomplishments and identify areas for improvement. This habit not only builds self-awareness, but also strengthens your ability to stay on track. Embrace adversity as a teacher. Distractions and challenges will always arise, but they can also be opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Each obstacle can be a stepping stone to greater focus and resilience. The timeless relevance of Stoicism. The principles of Stoicism are not confined to the ancient world. They are as relevant today as they were 2,000 years ago, perhaps even more so in an era defined by constant noise and endless options. By integrating Stoic practices into your daily life, you can rise above the distractions, reclaim your focus, and live with clarity and intention. Focus isn't a gift, it's a skill. And with Stoicism as your guide, you can cultivate the mental strength needed to navigate a chaotic world with calm and purpose. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, remember, you have the power to master your mind and regain control. Stoicism is here to help you find your center. Temptation comes in many forms: social media, unhealthy habits, or even procrastination. The Stoics understood this challenge, and they left us tools to overcome it. In the modern world, temptation is more pervasive than ever. With a single tap, we can immerse ourselves in endless streams of entertainment, indulge in unhealthy cravings, or put off meaningful work for fleeting distractions. While the external landscape has evolved, the internal battle remains timeless. The Stoics, with their profound insights, provide a roadmap not only to resist temptation, but to channel that energy into building a life of purpose and integrity. The nature of temptation. At its core, temptation preys on our desire for immediate gratification. Social media lures us with likes and notifications. Fast food satisfies cravings at the expense of long-term health, and procrastination offers short-term relief from responsibility while sabotaging our goals. The problem isn't the temptations themselves, they are inevitable, but our reaction to them. The Stoics believed that mastery over oneself was the cornerstone of a virtuous life. Epictetus taught that no man is free who is not master of himself. True freedom, according to Stoicism, lies not in doing whatever feels good in the moment, but in aligning your actions with reason, discipline, and your higher purpose. Building resilience against temptation. To overcome temptation, the Stoics encourage cultivating self-awareness, practicing deliberate habits, and developing mental strength. Let's break this down into actionable steps you can incorporate into your daily life. Practice self-awareness. Before you can resist temptation, you must recognize it. The Stoics emphasize mindfulness, becoming aware of your thoughts and emotions without being controlled by them. Seneca advised, if you wish to be stripped of vices, you must withdraw from the examples of others. Start by identifying the sources of temptation in your life. Is it mindlessly scrolling through social media, snacking on junk food, putting off important tasks? Journaling can be a powerful tool to uncover patterns and triggers. Write down the moments when you feel tempted and explore what drives those urges. Adopt purposeful habits. The Stoics understood the power of habits. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." To combat temptation, replace reactive behaviors with deliberate routines that align with your values. Here are some examples. Morning rituals. Begin your day with activities that ground you, such as meditation, journaling, or exercise. These practices set a tone of discipline and focus. Mindful consumption. Set limits for social media or screen time. Use apps that track your usage and remind you to take breaks. Replace passive scrolling with reading, learning, or creative hobbies. Healthy eating habits. Plan your meals in advance and keep nutritious options readily available. Meal prep can minimize the temptation to grab unhealthy snacks when you're hungry. Work sprints. Use techniques like the Pomodoro method to stay focused and avoid procrastination. Breaking tasks into manageable chunks makes them less intimidating. Reframe challenges as opportunities. The Stoics believed that adversity could be a teacher. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Temptation, when reframed, becomes an opportunity to practice self-discipline and grow stronger. For example, craving junk food? See it as a chance to exercise your willpower and choose a healthier option. Feeling the urge to procrastinate? Use it as a moment to double down on your commitment to your goals. Each time you resist temptation, you're not just avoiding a bad choice, you're strengthening your ability to make better ones in the future. Engage in physical exercise. The Stoics recognize the connection between physical and mental discipline. Regular exercise not only strengthens your body, but also fortifies your mind. Physical training requires persistence, focus, and the ability to push through discomfort, all qualities that help you resist temptation in other areas of life. Choose an activity that resonates with you, whether it's running, lifting weights, yoga, or martial arts. Consistent physical activity creates a ripple effect, improving your mood, energy levels, and overall discipline. Replace temptation with positive habits. When you remove a temptation, replace it with something constructive. Instead of simply resisting social media, replace that time with activities like reading, journaling, or learning a new skill. Instead of indulging in unhealthy snacks, keep fruit, nuts, or other nutritious options within reach. Create an environment for success. Your surroundings play a significant role in your behavior. The Stoics advise simplifying your life to minimize distractions and temptations. Declutter your workspace to foster focus. Keep your home stocked with healthy foods. Turn off notifications to prevent interruptions. The fewer temptations you face, the less energy you'll need to resist them. The long-term payoff. Overcoming temptation isn't about deprivation. It's about liberation. When you master your impulses, you gain control over your life. You no longer feel like a slave to fleeting desires. Instead, you act with intention and purpose. The Stoics believe that living in alignment with your values leads to true contentment. By replacing temptations with practices that nourish your mind and body, you'll experience greater clarity, focus, and fulfillment. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and one of the great Stoic thinkers, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This profound statement lies at the very heart of Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches us to master our inner world in order to navigate the chaos of the outer world. Focus on what you can control. Life often feels like a whirlwind of events, many of which are beyond our control. The Stoics believe that our greatest source of suffering comes from trying to control the uncontrollable. Instead, they urged us to focus on the one thing we can command: ourselves. Epictetus, another revered Stoic philosopher, echoed this idea. We suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them. This means that while we cannot dictate what happens to us, we can always choose how we interpret and respond to those events. Imagine a storm raging outside. You cannot stop the wind or the rain, but you can decide whether to seek shelter, weather it calmly, or panic in fear. This is the essence of Stoicism, cultivating an unshakable core that remains steady regardless of external turbulence. Let go of what you cannot control. What about the things you can't control? Marcus Aurelius provided a simple answer. Let them go. In his meditations, he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is more than a resignation to fate. It's a recognition of freedom. By releasing our attachment to what we cannot influence, we free ourselves from unnecessary anxiety and frustration. For example, you can't control someone else's opinion of you. Worrying about it is a waste of energy. Instead, focus on living a virtuous life, as the Stoics believed that living with integrity is more valuable than chasing the approval of others. The dichotomy of control. The Stoics developed a practical tool to help navigate life's challenges: the dichotomy of control. This concept divides all things into two categories. What is within your control? Your thoughts, emotions, actions, and decisions. What is beyond your control? External events, other people's opinions, and the outcomes of your efforts. Epictetus summed it up perfectly. Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. By focusing on what we can control and letting go of the rest, we conserve our energy and maintain peace of mind. Strength through acceptance. Acceptance isn't weakness, it's strength. The Stoics understood that fighting reality only leads to unnecessary suffering. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Adapt yourself to the things among which your lot has been cast, and love sincerely the fellow creatures with whom destiny has ordained that you shall live." In other words, embrace your circumstances and find ways to thrive within them. This doesn't mean passively accepting injustice or avoiding action. Instead, it's about approaching challenges with clarity and courage. For example, if you face a difficult situation at work, acknowledge what you can't change, your boss's attitude or company policies, and focus on what you can, your effort, attitude, and performance. Wisdom through practice. Living in alignment with Stoic principles requires practice. Here are some exercises inspired by Stoicism to help you focus on what you can control. Daily reflection. At the end of each day, ask yourself, did I focus on what I could control? Where did I waste energy worrying about external things? Negative visualization. Imagine losing something you value, your job, a relationship, or even your health. This exercise helps you appreciate what you have and prepares you to face adversity with grace. Voluntary discomfort. Practice going without luxuries, like skipping a meal or taking a cold shower. This builds resilience and reminds you that true happiness doesn't depend on external comforts. The pause. When faced with a challenge, pause and ask, is this within my control? If the answer is no, release it and move forward. The freedom of letting go. When you focus solely on what you can control, you liberate yourself from the burden of worrying about things outside your influence. As Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This applies not only to material possessions, but also to our craving for control over the uncontrollable. By shifting your energy away from futile attempts to manage the external world and channeling it inward, you gain clarity, strength, and a profound sense of peace. Epictetus taught that discipline is freedom. This seemingly simple idea carries profound implications for how we live our lives. Discipline, far from being a restriction, is actually the path to true liberation, the ability to live authentically, aligned with our values and goals, rather than being a prisoner to fleeting desires or external pressures. When we resist immediate temptations, we aren't denying ourselves pleasure. We're exercising control over our lives. Think about the allure of distractions, scrolling endlessly through social media, indulging in unhealthy food, or procrastinating on important tasks. These temptations offer short-term satisfaction, but often lead to long-term dissatisfaction, a life of regret, missed opportunities, and diminished potential. Epictetus reminds us that every time we choose discipline over indulgence, we strengthen our ability to focus on what truly matters. It's like a muscle. The more you exercise your self-control, the stronger it becomes. Discipline isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. Small, deliberate choices made daily can lead to monumental results over time. Discipline as the key to mastery. Consider any skill, whether it's mastering a musical instrument, excelling in a sport, or advancing in a career. None of these achievements happen overnight. They require repeated effort, patience, and the willingness to endure discomfort. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. Without it, even the best plans remain dreams. Epictetus believed that freedom comes when we rise above the tyranny of our impulses. He said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." True freedom isn't doing whatever you feel like in the moment. It's the ability to act in accordance with your long-term values and aspirations, regardless of immediate emotions or circumstances. Small choices, big impact. The Stoics understood the power of compounding effort. Each small, deliberate choice builds upon the last, creating momentum. Imagine committing to a 10-minute daily workout. At first, it seems insignificant, but over a year, those 10 minutes add up to over 60 hours of physical exercise, enough to transform your health and well-being. The same principle applies to mental discipline. Reading for 15 minutes a day, journaling your thoughts, or practicing gratitude might feel small, but these habits compound into a stronger, more resilient mind over time. As Epictetus emphasized, we shape our lives through the habits we cultivate. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Every choice you make, no matter how minor, is a step toward the person you want to become. Delayed gratification. The Stoic superpower discipline also teaches us the value of delayed gratification. Instead of seeking immediate pleasure, we learn to focus on enduring rewards. Modern psychology supports this Stoic insight. Studies show that individuals who can delay gratification are more likely to succeed in various aspects of life, from academics to personal relationships. Take financial discipline as an example. Saving a portion of your income instead of spending it all requires resisting the temptation to indulge now. But this small act of self-control leads to financial freedom in the future, a life where you're not burdened by debt or dependent on others. Examples of discipline in action. History is filled with examples of individuals who achieve greatness through discipline. Epictetus himself, born into slavery, rose above his circumstances through intellectual and moral discipline, becoming one of the most revered Stoic philosophers. David Goggins, a modern-day embodiment of discipline, overcame physical and mental challenges to become a Navy SEAL and ultra-endurance athlete. Goggins frequently emphasizes that pushing through discomfort is the gateway to untapped potential. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, juggled the immense responsibility of ruling an empire while staying true to Stoic principles. His personal writings, meditations, revealed the disciplined mindset that allowed him to find inner peace amidst chaos. Each of these individuals exemplifies the transformative power of discipline. They show us that while discipline may demand effort in the short term, it rewards us with a life of purpose and fulfillment. Practical ways to build discipline. Building discipline doesn't require grand gestures. Start small and remain consistent. Here are some Stoic-inspired practices to help you cultivate discipline. Set clear goals. Define your values in the life you want to lead. Write them down and revisit them regularly. As Seneca said, if one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable. Practice voluntary discomfort. Strengthen your resilience by stepping out of your comfort zone. Take a cold shower, fast for a day, or challenge yourself to wake up earlier. Create routines. Discipline thrives in structure. Build daily habits that align with your goals, whether it's exercising, reading, or meditating. Track progress. Celebrate small victories. Tracking your efforts, even in a journal, reinforces positive behavior and helps you stay motivated. Focus on the present moment. Epictetus advised, don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do, and you will go on well. This mindset helps you focus on what you can do right now rather than being overwhelmed by the bigger picture. Discipline is freedom. Ultimately, discipline is about creating a life where you're not ruled by external circumstances or fleeting desires. It's about aligning your daily actions with your higher purpose and taking ownership of your choices. Epictetus's wisdom, "Discipline is freedom," reminds us that the path to a fulfilling, meaningful life is paved with intentionality, effort, and self-control. Each time you resist temptation, make a deliberate choice, or take a step toward your goals, you're not just exercising discipline, you're embracing your freedom. So the next time you're faced with a tempting distraction, remember, you have the power to choose. Will you let the moment dictate your actions, or will you act with purpose and take one step closer to your highest potential? At the end of each day, the Stoics practiced reflection, a powerful exercise in self-awareness and growth. This wasn't just a casual thought process, but a deliberate and structured habit that helped them align their actions with their values. By asking themselves three key questions: what did I do well? Where did I fall short? How can I improve tomorrow? The Stoics were able to take ownership of their lives and make continuous progress toward their best selves. The power of reflection in Stoicism. Reflection is the foundation of personal growth. It provides a moment of stillness in a world that often feels chaotic and fast-paced. For the Stoics, this practice wasn't about guilt or self-criticism. Instead, it was a compassionate yet honest appraisal of one's actions. It's an opportunity to celebrate small victories, learn from mistakes, and set a clear intention for the future. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, frequently engaged in self-reflection. He wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." And at the end of the day, he would turn inward, assessing how well he lived up to his principles. This nightly practice wasn't just about self-improvement, it was about living in alignment with virtue. Why daily reflection matters builds self-awareness. Reflection helps you understand yourself better, your habits, triggers, and patterns. It allows you to recognize not just what you did, but why you did it. By identifying the motivations behind your actions, you gain clarity about your true values and areas where growth is needed. Encourages accountability. When you hold yourself accountable, you take ownership of your choices. Instead of blaming circumstances or others, you focus on what's within your control, your actions and reactions. This mindset empowers you to take charge of your life. Fosters gratitude. Reflecting on what went well during the day encourages gratitude. It shifts your perspective from what's missing to what's present. Even small wins, a kind word, a completed task, or a moment of patience, deserve recognition. Supports continuous improvement. Reflection transforms mistakes into lessons. It's not about dwelling on what went wrong, but identifying what can be done better next time. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Reflection ensures that each day becomes a stepping stone toward growth. How to practice Stoic reflection. Creating a nightly reflection routine doesn't need to be complicated. Here's a simple step-by-step guide inspired by Stoic principles. Find a quiet space set aside 5 to 10 minutes at the end of your day in a calm, undisturbed environment. This time is for you. Make it sacred. Ask the right questions. The Stoics often reflected through specific, actionable questions. What did I do well today? Focus on moments when you lived in alignment with your values or showed resilience. Where did I fall short? Without judgment, identify actions or reactions that didn't serve your higher self. How can I improve tomorrow? Make a plan for how you'll approach similar situations differently in the future. Write it down. Journaling your reflections adds structure and permanence to the practice. As Seneca wrote, each day we should call ourselves to account. Writing allows you to track your growth over time and revisit your journey when needed. Celebrate progress, no matter how small. Even incremental improvements deserve recognition. The Stoics believe that small, consistent actions lead to great transformation over time. Set an intention for tomorrow and your reflection with a positive intention. Whether it's practicing patience, showing kindness, or focusing on a specific goal, this gives your next day purpose and direction. Modern applications of Stoic reflection. In today's world, the practice of nightly reflection is more relevant than ever. With constant distractions and pressures, it's easy to lose sight of your priorities. Daily reflection acts as a reset button, helping you stay grounded and intentional. Consider incorporating tools to enhance your reflection. Use apps designed for journaling and mindfulness. Share your reflections with a trusted friend or mentor for added perspective. Combine reflection with a relaxing ritual, such as drinking tea or meditating, to signal the end of your day. Examples of Stoic reflection in action. A busy professional, after a hectic day, reflect on moments of productivity in areas where stress may have led to impatience. Set an intention to manage your time better or practice deeper listening during meetings. A student, reflect on what you learned, where you struggled, and how you can approach studies with more focus tomorrow. Celebrate the effort you put in, even if results aren't immediate. A parent, consider how you handled challenging moments with your children. Did you demonstrate patience and understanding? If not, plan ways to respond more empathetically in the future. The beauty of Stoic reflection lies in its simplicity and profound impact. As Seneca wrote, "As it is, we are quick to trust others, but slow to trust ourselves." Reflection helps rebuild that trust in yourself by aligning your actions with your values. At the end of the day, this practice is a gift to yourself, a moment to pause, recalibrate, and step into tomorrow with greater clarity and purpose. In a world that often feels rushed and reactive, reflection is your anchor, keeping you steady on the path of growth and self-mastery. So tonight, take a moment to ask yourself, what did I do well? Where did I fall short? How can I improve tomorrow? And in doing so, you'll not only honor the wisdom of the Stoics, but also transform your life, one thoughtful reflection at a time. Love the philosophy. The Stoics didn't just write about their principles, they embodied them in their lives. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire with wisdom and humility. Epictetus, born a slave, became a respected teacher of resilience and self-mastery. Their lives were proof that Stoic principles work in the real world, no matter your circumstances. Now it's your turn. Start small, but start today. Focus on what you can control. Step outside your comfort zone. Take consistent action toward the life you want to build. And as you do, remember that every step you take, no matter how small, is a testament to your strength and commitment. You have the power to live with purpose, resilience, and clarity. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. So embrace the path of the Stoic and watch as your life begins to transform, one intentional step at a time. Excuses feel safe, but they're not. They hold you back from becoming the person you're capable of being. The Stoic mindset reminds us, action is the antidote to excuses. Take responsibility, face discomfort, move forward. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. The next time an excuse whispers in your ear, recognize it for what it is, then choose to act anyway. Because the path to growth, courage, and strength lies on the other side of those excuses. By applying Stoic principles to your daily life, you can overcome temptations, stay aligned with your core values, and ultimately build a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. Remember, it's not about never faltering, it's about choosing to rise stronger each time you do. Thank you for watching today's video. If you found this valuable, hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, And don't forget to subscribe for more insights and inspiration. Stay focused, stay grounded, and I'll see you in the next one.